I'm sure some of y'all remember this. Pour this mixture into our macaroni. It's time to sip. This takes me all the way back to my childhood. And my mama. My mama passed away when I was in my early 20s. And I have not had this since I was a kid. Hey y'all, it's Tammy with Color Valley Cooks. Every holiday, Christmas mostly, my mama made a thing called Macaroni Delight. It's an old 70s recipe. It was real popular. It has cream of mushroom soup in it and macaroni. And we're going to put that together today. And I am going to have a blast from the past. So we're going to start with 8 ounces of macaroni. We're going to boil these according to the package directions. That is 2 cups of macaroni noodles. If you want to know how many macaroni noodles that is, if you buy it in bulk like I do. Okay. Now we're going to get ready to saute some peppers and onions. I'm going to turn this on a low temperature real quick while we chop up some onion and pepper. So the recipe calls for a 1/4 cup, and I actually have some sitting here on the counter because I just made another recipe, and I think I can get a 1/4 cup out of this side of this onion. Really close. If it's not, it's going to be really close. I am having some cutting boards made. They're going to be here pretty soon. And the guy, if you're interested, now they're going to be real wood, solid through and through, so they're pricey, but they'll be worth it and they'll last you a lifetime. So as soon as I get those in, of course, I will let you know his contact. He says his turnaround time may be about, at the most 2 weeks. Okay, so we're going to take our onion, slide it over the side, and we're going to chop up some pepper the same way. And it asks for green pepper, y'all, but I don't have any in the refrigerator, so I'm using red today. So, of course, you can use a green pepper. You don't have to use a red pepper. Just use a sweet pepper, okay? I'm only going to put 1.5 of this. I'm not going to put a whole bunch of bell pepper in mine. I'm going to cut them little. Alright, so we're going to get over here and saute these just a tad. And we'll take this over to the stove. Get every little piece. I'm just going to cook these for a couple of minutes. And then I'm going to add a can of cream of mushroom soup to this. This is something you could be doing while you're boiling your noodles. The noodles need to boil about 8 minutes. Yes, I remember every Christmas I would look and I'd say, Mom, did you make that macaroni? She'd say, yes, I did. She made macaroni and cheese too, but I like this better. When I was a kid, I just love this stuff. We're going to go ahead and add this cream of mushroom soup because these are getting kind of soft. We're going to let it heat up some so it'll get at a better consistency to mix up the macaroni in. Alright, you need a cup of mayonnaise and a 2-ounce jar of pimentos. So we're going to put the cup of mayonnaise in here and the pimentos, and we're going to mix everything up. And when that macaroni comes out, when the macaroni gets done, this is 2 ounces of, make sure you get diced tomatoes. I'm gonna mix all this up together. I'm sure some of y'all remember this. It's in a recipe book. It used to be real popular, and I'm sure that some people still make it. All right, we're gonna drain these noodles off and mix up our macaroni. Just a few little ones in there. Take this. All right, we're going to pour this mixture into our macaroni. We're going to mix it up. Now we're going to add a whole bag, 8-ounce bag of sharp cheddar cheese that's shredded. I'm going to save just a little bit for the top. And now we're going to mix this up. Yummy. Lasagna dish. This is a little bit smaller one. You can use 13 by 9 if you want to. This is an 8-ounce package of noodles. So it's a couple of cups, if you're wondering how many noodles are in this. So I chose not the 13 by 9, but one step down from that, because I want it, you know, I don't want it to be too thin. If you use a 13 by 9, I would double the recipe for a holiday meal, okay? If you got a big crowd coming, that is. But it's just us tonight, so I'm just going to top it with some of the cheese that I saved. We're going to put this in the oven, and we're going to bake it for 35 minutes at 350 degrees. My macaroni delight's done, y'all. Let's get this sucker out of the oven. Yummy. 35 minutes. Won't that look delish? Nice and bubbly. Bubbly. Let me get me something to dip it out and let y'all watch it. This is so yummy. This is what I looked forward to every holiday. Macaroni delight. A wonderful 70s recipe. I cannot wait to eat it. Okay, it's time to sip. This takes me all the way back to my childhood. And my mama. My mama passed away when I was in my early 20s. And I have not had this since I was a kid. I found it in one of Mama's old recipes books. delish.